I guess many of you have already seen my earlier post about the number system in the English language, how when we express certain types of numbers, for example, now we say uh, 22. So the tens place comes first. So we say 20, 30, or 40. That number comes first. And then the unit or the ones place comes second. But as the post was explaining, it hasn't always been like that. Um, it's a very interesting article that I posted. It's in the Language Variation and Change. It's a couple years old. But anyway, yeah, so it used to be you'd have the ones place and the word and then the tens place. So you'd say 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. So you have 4 and 20, and that's the way you expressed it. It wasn't just a cute poetic way to express that. Then over the course of time, the word order changed, and that's very common in languages. English word order has changed, and you had 20 and 4. So you still kept the word and there, but the word order had changed. And then now we have our system, our current system, where the and has actually disappeared or dropped out. So you have 24, right, or 22. But it's interesting that languages they're not all the same. They don't express, I mean, we don't think about this stuff, but languages don't express numbers and a lot of concepts, but numbers in the same way. In fact, there are some languages that have only 4 number terms. They'll have the number 1, 2, 3, and many. And so anyway, so that's one thing. In fact, you find in some languages they have something like that. And so to be able to express thousands or millions of dollars or 10,000 people died, if that language has been colonized, then they may borrow number terms from the dominant culture or from the colonizing culture. A classic example of that is in the Philippines, where basic numerical terms are in one language, and then Spanish for thousands and hundreds and whatever. And then let's see. So here's something interesting about numbers in other languages is the number 5. So in many, many languages throughout the world, the number 5 is the same word as the word for hand, or it's etymologically related to that word. And as you guessed it, the number 10 is 2 hands, and the word for 20 in many languages is the word for person, same word, or the word for body. In other words, encompassing both hands and feet, right? It's kind of built into there. Now, it's interesting, too, that in English we have a plural morpheme. We have a couple of them, or a plural suffix. So we have the word cow, and then you add an S and it z at the end, and and that makes it plural, right? But many languages not only have a plural morpheme or a plural suffix or prefix or something that indicates plural, but they also have dual. So they can put something on the beginning or end of that word that just means 2 cows. And others have trial suffixes. So that would be 3 cows, and or poco, related to poco, which would be like a few or a small indeterminate number of cows. So in addition to plural, they can have dual, trial, poco, and then they have the plural suffix as well. But anyway, it's really cool when you find that languages don't have to express the same concepts. They don't have to express the same concept in the same way as the language that you speak. And there's a lot of variety out there. At the same time, you do see patterns, and you find that the way that things are often expressed make a lot of sense. And when we think about the word 5 for hand, it makes sense. It's not how we express it; it's different, but it makes total sense, doesn't it? Or 10, 2 hands, and so forth. Anyway, just wanted to share a little bit of linguistics with you for the nerdy minded.